we've just finished up New Zealand's first official animal rights march, and everyone is so stoked from the march that we've come out and we've got a cube on every corner of this intersection in Auckland. So normally Auckland does their cubes here. We have the normal corner that we'll be heading over to, but not only is there a cube there, it's everywhere. Let's go have a look. So now we have to wait for the lights to check out the second cube of the quad. So it's so cool to be here and seeing everyone coming together for the animals. It's really highlighting for me what the march was all about. The march was about getting out there and doing it and showing up for the animals, and this is what people are doing here. So here's number 2. So we did have our third cube set up behind me, but there's also a busker who's doing some sick heavy metal music, and so we've let him have this space and we've just made a slightly bigger cube on the other side. So we're going over to our last side of the quad cube, which is now a trio cube, and this is where the Tauranga crew are doing the organising, and we've got screens for the first time in Auckland. It's so awesome. Come check it out. So as you can see, there's a lot of outreach going down. There's a lot of good kōrero going on for the animals. It's so heartwarming to see these people having access to the message that they need to hear.
Kia ora.
King Lear, late at night on the cliffs, asks the blind Earl of Gloucester, "How do you see the world?" And the blind man Gloucester replies, "I see it feelingly. And shouldn't we all? Animals must be off the menu because tonight they are screaming in terror in the slaughterhouses, in crates and in cages. Vile, ignoble gulags of despair." You see, I heard the screams of my dying father as his body was ravaged by the cancer that killed him. And I realized I'd heard those screams before. In the slaughterhouse, their eyes stabbed out and their tendons slashed, on the cattle ships to the Middle East, and the dying mother wail as a harpoon explodes in her brain as she calls out to her calf. Their cries were the cries of my father. And I discovered that when we suffer as equals. And in their capacity to suffer, a dog is a pig, is a bear, is a boy. Meat today is the new asbestos, more murderous than tobacco. CO2, methane and nitrous oxide from the livestock industry are killing our oceans with acidic, hypoxic dead zones. 90% of small fish are ground up into pellets to feed to livestock. Vegetarian cows.
So we've just done our Super Cube as our finale for the Cube of Truth today. It's been an awesome day. I think everyone is just so happy with how it's turned out. The people who came to the march and also the conversations we've had. It's really been a motivating day for all of our New Zealand activists that attended, so perfect.